Hey there. Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling more run down than usual lately? Gaining weight no matter what you do? Maybe your skin is looking dull and lackluster. If so, your body could be trying to tell you something important. You see, there's a vital yet often overlooked hormone coursing through your veins that impacts almost every aspect of your health and well-being. When this hormone gets out of whack, it can wreak absolute havoc, causing weight gain, sleep problems, skin issues, muscle wasting, and more. I'm talking about cortisol, the potent stress hormone produced by your adrenal glands. While cortisol plays an essential role in regulating metabolism, blood pressure, and your body's inflammation response, too much of this hormone can be incredibly toxic. How do you know if you have high cortisol levels? Well, your body's largest organ, your skin, may just be trying to tell you. Today, I'll reveal 8 signs that your cortisol levels are through the roof so you can get them back under control before it's too late. The first giveaway? A puffy, rounded face and a buffalo-like hump forming on your upper back and shoulders. While sudden weight gain can have many causes, when you package on pounds primarily in your midsection while your arms and legs remain slender, high cortisol levels could be to blame. You see, cortisol actually causes fat to be redistributed from under the skin to the face, neck, shoulders, and abdomen. So if you've gone from a sleek figure to an inner tube with a bright red moon face, it may be time to get your cortisol checked. Next up, paper-thin, bruised skin that tears like wet tissue at the slightest touch. This happens because cortisol initiates the breakdown of collagen and proteins that keep your skin thick, firm, and elastic. With high cortisol, both the outer and inner layers of skin atrophy and thin out dramatically. The results? Bruises and cuts that won't seem to heal, fragile skin that tears when removing a Band-Aid, and prominent visible veins and blood vessels rising through the thinned tissue. If your skin has the papery texture of a 100-year-old's, despite your young age, out-of-control cortisol is likely the culprit. Number 3, an eruption of deep, angrily reddish-purple stretch marks across your abdomen, thighs, breasts, and back that seem to appear out of nowhere. Unlike the pinkish thin stretch marks associated with pregnancy or adolescent growth spurts, these are bright reddish-purple, raised, and about 1 centimeter wide. They develop so quickly because cortisol causes the dermis layer of skin to become dramatically thinner and less elastic, while fluctuations in weight happen rapidly. The inner layer simply can't keep up with the changes in your outward appearance. If your abdominal area resembles an area rug someone attacked with a bottle of red ink, you may have a serious cortisol overload on your hands, or rather, body. Still with me? Good, because sign number 4 is a doozy, a funky, velvety dark discoloration and thickening of skin folds like the armpits, groin, and neck, known as Acanthosis Nigricans. You see, Acanthosis nigricans happens when cells in your skin's outer layers become resistant to insulin in much the same way that high cortisol can induce insulin resistance in cells throughout your body. It's your skin literally shouting that your body's hormone signaling is all out of whack. So if your armpits or neck suddenly look a little too, well, brown and leathery, don't brush it off. This discolored, velvety thickening can be one of the first outward signs that you need to get a grip on your body's hormonal haywire before severe complications like diabetes set in. Up next at number 5, a lovely combination of severe acne mixed with angry red bumps, blackheads, and whiteheads suddenly emerging on your face, neck, chest, and back all at once. Welcome to the nightmare that is steroid acne. While regular acne slowly appears as hormones fluctuate, steroid acne shows up like a flash mob of zits, with breakouts rapidly morphing into severe cysts, nodules, and ultra-deep, painful pimples. It's an all-out assault fueled by cortisol weakening your skin's immune defenses against the acne-causing Malassezia yeast that normally chills out on your skin. If you wake up one morning to find your face resembling the governing council of zits, cut out stress factors and get that cortisol under control before your body declares total war on your largest organ. Sign number 6 is more emotionally distressing than physically uncomfortable. Sudden, excessive hair thinning, loss, and growth in some very unwanted areas. As I mentioned, cortisol frees up more androgenic hormones like testosterone to circulate. And you know what those do? Cause male pattern baldness in both men and women, while also spurring embarrassing hair growth in all the wrong places like your chin, chest, nipples, and abdomen. Awesome. So if you're a woman suddenly sprouting thick black chin whiskers while watching your mane circle the shower drain daily, despite normal aging, don't resign yourself to browsing wigs just yet. Reversing a hormonal imbalance may restore your hair's health and growth cycle. At number 7, slow healing cuts, scrapes, and wounds that never seem to fully close up and remain vulnerable to infection no matter how well you treat them. You can thank cortisol's inflammation-quashing effects for that wonderful problem. See, while acute inflammation from your immune system sparks the healing process, too much cortisol depresses inflammation on a chronic level. So even minor knocks or scratches become vulnerable to reopening and invasion from bacteria before they can close and mend. If you find yourself constantly having to replace bandages on cuts that just won't seal, and routinely getting antibiotic ointments to prevent infection, it may be another sign your cortisol is stuck in overdrive. Which brings us to the 8th and potentially grossest sign of excessive cortisol, an abnormal vulnerability to stubborn, persistent fungal and yeast infections, both on your skin and internally. Because cortisol suppresses immune function and inflammatory responses, your body loses its ability to fend off microbes and fungi it could previously control, like the Malassezia yeast that everywhere on human skin in small amounts. With high cortisol, these formerly innocuous organisms can go buck wild. I'm talking fungal nail and foot infections that shrug off treatments, weird yeast rashes emerging in skin folds, oral thrush, even vaginal yeast infections that keep coming back no matter how many OTC meds you swallow. If you can't seem to banish fungal invaders these days, don't ignore this potential red flag of a cortisol crisis. So now that I've probably utterly disgusted and terrified you, you're probably wondering, how the heck do I get my cortisol back down to healthy levels? Well, while treating the root cause with medication or even surgery is sometimes required for severe cases, there are many natural lifestyle adjustments that can help. First up, get more high-quality sleep and manage your stress through habits like meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or just carving out more you time daily. High cortisol can disrupt sleep, while lack of sleep increases cortisol, so you need to break this vicious cycle. Next, dial in your nutrition to keep blood sugar stable. That means meals with healthy proteins, fats, and fibrous carbs. No sugary snacks or refined junk that only feeds inflammation. Key cortisol-modulating nutrients like magnesium, vitamin C, B vitamins, omega-3s, zinc, and adaptogenic herbs should also be prioritized. Finally, get moving with moderate but not excessive exercise. While intense workouts can sometimes worsen cortisol chaos, lighter activities like walking, gentle yoga, and swimming allow your body to process cortisol more efficiently. The bottom line is, your body has innate wisdom that manifests through visible symptoms when serious imbalances like high cortisol arise. Ignoring these outward check engine lights will only lead to worsening downstream effects on your health, appearance, and vitality. So if multiple signs I've covered today are sounding alarms for you, take that as your body pleading for you to make a change. A few simple lifestyle adjustments could be all it takes to bring your cortisol and your life back into harmonious balance. I hope exploring this often overlooked hormonal issue has been eye-opening and motivating for you. At the end of the day, getting a grip on your cortisol is one of the most impactful things you can do for your overall health, resilience, and longevity. And I'm so passionate about empowering all of you with the education and tools to make that happen. So leave any other questions or thoughts you have on this topic down in the comments below. Let me know what other areas of hormone balance and management you'd like me to cover in future videos. I'm always listening to my audience to ensure I'm creating resources to help you feel energized, healthy, and at your absolute best. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash that subscribe button and share this video out to anyone else who could use this Cortisol 101 crash course. The more we can raise awareness around this issue, the more people we can help reclaim control of their hormones and bodies. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the massive role cortisol plays in our health. I'll catch you again tomorrow as we explore yet another fascinating area of human biology and wellness. Until then, go show your body some love. It's constantly working so hard for you. See you next time.